Incredible performance from the Arsenal today, massive win, and there was a lot of fantastic performers. I could pick out anybody and do a video on them, but I think I'm going to start with Nwaneri. I think his cameo was quite impressive, and I noticed a couple of things which are going to kind of give us this sort of view of how he will perform in the future. So obviously his first action here, picking up the ball in a lovely little pocket of space, and I feel like what's the most impressive thing is how he evades this three-man sort of press. Spurs love to congest the middle and press high. Nwaneri has the quality, the intelligence to pick up these spaces that many other players wouldn't find. You know, it can be easy for him to stay on the last line. We know Gabriel Jesus ended up playing on the right wing and Nwaneri was kind of the presser. But the intelligence to want the ball, to receive the ball in that sort of area, we know we're kind of underestimating how difficult this is. Coming on for the last 3 minutes in a North London derby where you're having to defend, you need the composure on the ball, and I think Nwaneri certainly has it. And what I love is the next sort of action. You know, we can criticize him maybe, but I wouldn't at all. I'd actually kind of criticize Kai Havertz. He's got to kind of get more centrally so Nwaneri can play that ball through. And obviously Havertz ended up being offside, but I really loved how confident Nwaneri was. He held on the ball for a very long time. He dropped Sarr, he dropped a couple of players around him as well. So I really loved that sort of that confidence from him in that middle area, who eventually gets its way to Havertz, who, yeah, I mean, he's offside, he's well offside, but a better sort of run from Havertz, who I think was relatively tired at this point in the game, and Nwaneri could have certainly had a little assist to come on. First action in the North London derby would have been absolutely unreal. Thought this was also another really impressive sort of pocket of space, which Nwaneri did pick up in here. You know, Timber again, really tenacious. I've definitely got to do a video on him. Really tenacious there, tight. The ball gets to Nwaneri, and what I love here again, the ball carrying. The ball carrying from Nwaneri in these sort of areas is so good. I feel like we underestimate how good of a ball carrier he is. Look at how far he gets with the ball, and obviously he has the intelligence. He can go left, he can go right, but he knows where the overload can be created. He knows if he plays that wide, there's not really much of an overload. Spurs have 3 players who can move over to that side of the pitch, but he knows, I'm going to give it to Raheem Sterling. And, you know, I feel like the weight of pass as well was really good, straight into the feet of Raheem Sterling. And again, what I absolutely love, I know I'm praising him a lot, look at him. He just wants to get in this sort of channel. He wants to underlap Sterling, wants to give an option, he wants to be energetic. And this is what gives Sterling the time of day on the ball. I know in the end, Sterling, the action wasn't great from him, but what I loved was Nwaneri's sort of purpose, desire. I want to get forward. I want to give a lovely ball into Sterling. I want to create an option, an opportunity. Because it can be easy when you're young, you know, to kind of just lay off. I've done my job, I've kept the ball, I've kept it moving. No, I want to go, I want to create another option. I want to see if we can create a goal from this scenario. And that's exactly what Nwaneri did, and I just absolutely love it. But let's just keep moving on to the next action here from Ethan. Again, picking up the ball in a lovely little space. But here, I'm talking about the maturity of him. I feel like the maturity from him here is just so desirable, you know. It can be easy to play a ball into this area. It can be easy to quickly want to get it in there. But no, he understands the instructions he's been given. He understands he needs to keep the ball. We're under pressure. We don't have, you know, we don't need to go forward as quickly as we would do if we were chasing a goal. So he just keeps it. He just keeps it really well. And he goes backwards in the end. I think he passes it into during Timber and recycles the ball. Spurs get back, but we have some settled possession. And again, it's that intelligence from Nwaneri, sort of understanding what he needs to do. I need to keep the ball. I want to keep the team, you know, in a settled sort of shape rather than going gung-ho and potentially losing the ball. And that's really impressive for such a young man. And of course, I've talked about it many times now, the pocket of space initially, finding himself on that right flank, understanding the rotations. Jesus then goes centrally. It's not as easy as you think to do that at 17 years old. It's just so good from Ethan. But let us just move on to the final action really from Nwaneri. It's just impressive how much he's done in this short cameo, and that's why I wanted to do a video, because he's just so good here. Again, I'm going to press you. I'm going to use my energy. I'm going to be energetic. This is what we're seeing from Nwaneri here, and I love it, and he keeps on going. Because here, again, that's Nwaneri following Son. The ball evades him, but he thinks, you know, I'm not going to give up on this. I'm going to be really tenacious. I'm going to get back. And ultimately, in the end, his pressing was absolutely incredible, because there he is blocking it. Son's shot nowhere near the goal, no opportunity for Spurs. Just really admirable. The press, the desire, the tenacity, and then of course even after this action he's sort of, you know, pressing the ball again. It's so good. It's so good. We've got a special player both on and off the ball. I'm sure Mikel Arteta will be so impressed with this cameo from Nwaneri. He's really shown him a bit of maturity in that performance, because I know a lot of youngsters would want to impress, but Nwaneri was kind of like, okay, you know, this is the state of the game. I need to keep the ball. I could get an assist here. I could create an opportunity, but at what cost? What are the numbers behind me? What are the numbers in front of me? I'm going to select my pass based on what is around the player receiving the pass. And at 17, having that in your locker, guys, it's so good. And I expect Nwaneri to play a lot more games forward this week. I feel like Atlanta in the week, Arteta can throw him in. I really do think he can. I know Jorginho and Partey pivot, it did its job. It was overrun a little bit, but I feel like we need that creativity now. We're going to dominate the ball. So Nwaneri as an interior is going to be so impressive at just 17 years old. Definitely give him the opportunity. But yeah, guys, that's it for now. Hope you have enjoyed. Make sure you hit the like and the subscribe. It was really impressive from Nwaneri today.